In today's video, we are going to be talking about this one preventable condition that is increasing your risk of not only developing the COVID infection, but also developing some of the dreaded complications of this infection. Friends, my name is Dr. Arun Dheer. I'm a gastrointestinal and a weight loss surgeon. I'm also a health and wellness advocate and an author of 2 books. Our own understanding of obesity has evolved over time. Too much calories in, little calories going out by way of energy being burnt was cause of obesity. But that model did not stack up. We went to the next model that, obesity is actually a metabolic condition, which is true in some ways, that there is a change in the hormonal status, the insulin hormone goes up, and the other changes that take place. But that is again a superficial manifestation of what is happening underneath. And now our current understanding is that obesity is a chronic inflammatory condition. It has got inflammation as the basis of it. And there is plenty of evidence that is there available in literature that supports that theory. And one of the key models is that of fatty liver. What happens in an inflammation is that there is inflammation, as the word suggests, is that there is an injury and that triggers a response in the body by way of white blood cells and other markers or other chemicals that get triggered in that environment, which is called the inflammatory response or inflammation response. Some of the mediators of inflammation or the chemicals are CRP, which is C-reactive protein, cytokines, IL-6, and TNF, which is tumor necrosis factor. Now, I know this may sound technical, but if you just stay with me, I'll simplify all of this for you. The most important thing, what is found, friends, in research is that the fat cells, they tend to draw the mast cells and the macrophages. Now, macrophages are basically white blood cells which go wherever there is inflammation in the body. This model has been studied extensively in fatty liver, where not only do we see inflammatory cells, but we also see scar tissue developing, which is a marker of long-standing inflammation, and that scarring, when it happens in liver, leads to cirrhosis. But what was more important in relation to the COVID infection, because we got to put everything into context, researchers have found that fat cells are rich in ACE receptors. ACE receptors are the receptors onto which the COVID virus latches on and it gets into the cells. Now, that is something to explain that why obesity actually leads to an increased risk of not only getting the infection, but the complications associated with it. Studies that are coming out of New York, United Kingdom, and Italy are now proving that up to 33% of patients who require ICU admission and ventilatory support, that is more important, are overweight or obese. What is the reasons for that? Friends, I've just enumerated a few of the key features over here. Number one is we may think that overweight people are generally well-fed and well-nourished. That's not the case. They are overweight because there is an imbalance in the system and there is always underlying micronutrient deficiencies, which means deficiencies of vitamins, trace elements, and metals. And vitamin D is one very crucial vitamin in which most of us are deficient, and especially the obese population as well. So it's worthwhile checking a video that I've done separately on vitamin D deficiency and its impact on your immunity. The other conditions that are associated with obesity, like type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure that makes the individuals more prone to developing kidney injury, obstructive sleep apnea, which naturally reduces the respiratory reserve of an overweight individual, and the musculoskeletal issues, which is the back pains and the knee pains and joint pains which go with someone being overweight, which causes them to become more sedentary in their lifestyle. And we know the effect that exercise has on boosting your immunity. So some of these conditions, or in fact most of these conditions, are actually directly or indirectly impacting the individual's immune system as well. The last two things are that of smoking. Smokers have got a higher risk. So if someone's overweight and also got one of these conditions and is smoking, their risk is almost triple that of an average person. And the last is the age. If that individual is then above 65 years of age, besides being overweight, that further amplifies their risk of developing the COVID infection. But what is more important to understand is that the overweight or the obese population not only get the COVID infection, but as studies are showing, they have got a higher risk of hospitalization. Now, when individuals get hospitalized and they have got these set of other comorbid conditions like diabetes, obesity, heart problems, their presentation gets delayed to the hospital. So firstly, there's a reluctance to go to the hospital, which is what we are seeing on a regular basis. But what also happens is that their risk of developing respiratory complications goes up, because the COVID virus ultimately has its most important manifestation on the respiratory system, leading to a condition called as ARDS, which increases the risk of ICU admission and the risk of mechanical ventilation, which means to go on the respirator or on the breathing machine. All of that leads to an increased need for stay in ICU. Critical care needs go up, which is the need or the care that an individual needs when they are in ICU. And there is an increased risk of mortality or death. So I hope this video has given you enough information about how scientific evidence now is showing that there is a strong correlation between obesity and the individual's risk of developing COVID infection and associated complications of the infection requiring hospitalization and also increasing the risk of mortality. If you would like to seek further advice associated with weight that you or any of your loved one may be experiencing, do share this video with them. We are also available for telehealth consultations, and if you do need our expert assistance, we would be delighted to be of service.